So we start out with this idea that justification has something to do with evidence. And from here, we can break that down into at least two further points. On one view, someone's belief in a proposition must be grounded in a special kind of belief called a basic belief. Basic beliefs are those which do not themselves require justification. The idea is if you can base your belief in a proposition on something that is, say, self-evident or obviously true, impossible to doubt, etc., then you can infer that this proposition is true since it's based on something which must be true. And that would be considered justified. If you've got someone who thinks that there are such beliefs, called basic beliefs, and who thinks that these basic beliefs can somehow justify my accepting a proposition, then you're looking at someone whose views could be classed under the heading of foundationalism. This is one of the major schools of thought in epistemology, and it's one of the major schools of thought within evidentialist epistemology specifically. Here's an example. Suppose we said that it's a basic belief that a rectangle has 4 sides and 4 right angles. I hold up this book, and it's got 4 sides, 4 right angles. It's a rectangle. Yeah, it's a rectangle. If anyone tries to take that away from me, all I have to do is point to my basic belief. A rectangle has 4 sides, 4 right angles. And if they try to take that away from me, I could say, well, hold on a second, that's a basic belief. You can't take that away. Now, that's a very specific kind of basic belief. There's more to foundationalism than just that. This is like a rational belief. This is a belief that has something to do with what something is. And there's other kinds of beliefs we could have, like you could be a foundationalist about your sense perception, for example. In that case, I might say it's a basic belief that I can trust my senses, and if I cut my finger on this book while I'm turning the pages, I have reason to think that I have a paper cut, because I can see the blood and I can feel the pain. I have a paper cut. If someone tries to take that away, all I have to say is, well, hold on a second. I'm basing this on something very foundational. I'm basing this on my sense perception. The main idea I want to get across is that a foundationalist is someone who thinks that there are some beliefs for which we do not need further justification. As such, these basic beliefs provide a nice foundation, a nice bedrock upon which our other beliefs can hopefully rest. But not all epistemologists and not all evidentialist epistemologists accept the notion of basic beliefs. For some philosophers, it's not about getting my new belief to fit in with some special kind of belief. Rather, it's about whether or not my new belief fits in well with all my other ones. More specifically, some epistemologists believe that in order to say I'm justified in accepting a proposition, then that belief must not contradict other beliefs that I already hold. They must not contradict the other beliefs within a system, such as my mind. If a belief does not contradict other beliefs I already hold, then this new belief, they would say, coheres with this other system of beliefs in my mind. This gives us our other theory of justification, our other major school of evidentialist epistemology, which is called, fittingly, coherentism, because they hold that a belief must cohere, must not contradict other beliefs in my mind. So here's an example of how we could apply a coherentist approach to epistemology. Suppose I read in famous tabloid magazine that the government has captured an alien, and upon interrogating it, they find out that the alien was responsible for assassinating President John F. Kennedy in November 1963. Now, my current belief up till reading this article was that in November of 63, JFK was shot by a man named Lee Harvey Oswald. But perhaps I'm open to the possibility that Oswald was innocent, or that maybe there was a second shooter. That's one of the popular conspiracy theories on that. In either case, I'm convinced that John F. Kennedy was shot by at least one human being, since human beings are the only beings I know of who shoot things. So even if Oswald didn't shoot JFK, it wouldn't contradict my other beliefs. Like if I learned that some other assassin, some other human assassin was actually responsible, or that he wasn't the only assassin involved, that wouldn't contradict my beliefs. But let's assume that I don't believe aliens exist. For some reason, that's the line I draw as a conspiracy theorist. I'm open to the possibility of faking the moon landing and the second shooter theory with JFK, but I draw the line at extraterrestrials. For whatever reason, that's where the line gets drawn. Well, now I'm going to have a problem, because if I want to accept this proposition, then what I would have to do is basically change a whole bunch of beliefs. I mean, I would have to undergo a systemic change in my beliefs. There would be too much contradiction. Not only do I not believe in extraterrestrials existing, I'm not sure I would accept that the aliens would have much interest in American politics. Like, I have no reason to think that. So there would be too much contradiction, not enough coherence. I wouldn't be justified in believing those things. Both foundationalists and coherentists are classified under this evidentialist heading, as far as I can tell, because they seem to be concerned primarily with basing your belief in evidence. So let's pop over to the so-called non-evidentialist school of thought, and we'll take a look at a couple of theories that fall under that heading.